Hello, and today I'm going to talk to you about the grid system in Tkinter. Okay, and during class we used the method pack, which just packs buttons and widgets, just slams them on the window, but you really don't have too much control. Today we're going to talk about the grid system, and with the grid system you have way more control on where to locate the widgets on your window. Now there is a catch, okay, because the grid system, the way you put widgets, it's relative. Here's what I mean. I have to actually show you an example for this. Okay, so let's I don't know. Let's create a window. First of all, let's import the library from Tkinter import, and now we choose a variable for a window. I'm gonna write window equates capital T, small case k, parentheses, and now a loop to keep the window up. Window dot main loop. Here it is. Perfect. Okay, so let me run it just to make sure that everything is working fine. Run. Here it is. Okay, so here we have the window. Okay, perfect. All right. Let me run it one more time. Okay, let me just show you this again. Perfect. Okay. All right, so let's slam a window, a label on our window. Label 1, I should call this equal label window. And just to see where it is, we have to write a text, right? So text equates, label, okay? All right, so I'm gonna run it, and then, before I run it, I have to pack it, so dot pack. Label, sorry for that. There we go. Label 1 dot pack. There we go. We should see the word label on our window now. Let's take a look. Let me bring it over here, and there you go. Label right there, right at the center. Why? Because that's how the pack method works. Okay. He kind of just chooses where to put it. Okay. So now, let's say I want to move that label around. I'm going to use a grid system, okay? And here's how the grid system works. So the grid system, it's basically uses coordinates. So this is like the corner. Let's see if I can do this. The left upper corner of your window, and these are going to be called rows, and these are going to be called columns. Okay, so columns and rows, right? And use a coordinate system. For example, here, this right here says column 0, row 0, column 0, row 1 in this case. And if you go over here, this should have said 0. Let's see. Let me fix that real quick. Row 0, column 0, 1, and 2. Okay, so let me fix that real quick. That's what I should say. Okay, so let me choose a better pen for this quickly. Here we go. So it should say 0, 2. That was my mistake. Okay, because we are in row 0, column 2. Okay, in column 2 because we are calling the first place 0. Okay, we consider it 0. We're counting from 0 and on. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And let me now address the idea of the relative thing about this grid system. So first of all, let me just use the grid system so you can see. Label.grid, and I want my label to be at, let's say, row 0. Actually, the way you do it is you equate that to the number row 0 and column 0. Okay, so let's see if this runs. There you go. And look at the label where it shows up. Not at the center, but here. Okay, again, for reference, see if I can show you the word again. See, column 0, row 0. Okay, perfect. But now let's say I want this to be now at the center. So, or not at the center, but I want to shift my label to the right once. Then I should stay, right, the same row, but now go to column 1. Watch what happens. Let me run this. Run it one more time. There we go. Perfect. Let me bring it over here. And look what happened. it stayed at the same place. And it's because it's relative. There's nothing else on the app so he can move to the next place. Okay? It's very strange. Now I'm gonna create another label, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Okay? So again, I just changed the column, and the label is still in the same place. Now watch this. Let me now create another label. Here we go. I'm gonna close label 2. Label 2 here, and I'm going to put label 2 at row 0, column 0, okay? And now I'm going to leave these settings as you see them here. And you're going to see a change now. Let me change this to 2 so we can tell the difference. Sorry for that. Let me run it again. Okay, here we go. Let me bring it over here. And there you go. So now my original label with no numbers, basically this guy, has moved to the desired place. But it is because it's relative to this other label. There's a space, this space is being occupied, so it can now move to the next column, okay? So it's relative, right? So hopefully that makes sense. This is the method that we're gonna be using in class to create our first little calculator, okay? So hopefully that helps. Goodbye.